There is no slide. Can you see the slides, please? Okay, so for CHAM you can make logout after login. The board, yes. So here we want to write if x less than y. So for the browser, this is for the browser, this part or this mark represents the start of the tag, of a special tag. So if we want to say that this is not the start of the tag, it is not the start of the tag, in this case we have to use character reference or entity reference. Character reference or entity reference. So character reference, here I will replace this sentence by if x and ch3 semicolon y. Or I can also write if x and lt semicolon y. So and lt is entity reference and ch3 is character reference. It's clear? So this reference represents this mark, this special mark. This reference represents this special mark. So in table 2.2 there are many examples of characters that can be represented by an entity reference or by a character reference. Any questions? It's clear what's the meaning of HTML references, what's the meaning of an entity reference and a character reference. Normally no. Just we have to get a clear idea about what's the meaning of an entity reference, what's the meaning of a character reference. Good. So, for example, if we want to make a space, we can use and MBSP. So, and MBSP represents a space. And when we write keep and MBSP together, for the browser this is one word, not three. One word. So we cannot find, for example, keep in a line and together in the second line. Keep together when we use and MBSP, one word. It's clear? Any questions? Okay. So if we write in an HTML code and MBSP plus space. So here we write and MBSP plus space. So when we write and MBSP plus space, displays as two spaces. So here we will obtain two spaces. But if we write two spaces, displays as only one space, not two. Any questions? So, in other words, if we want to create more than one space in our web page, we can use and NBSP. And NBSP. Any questions? Okay. Good. So if we want to create a horizontal separating line, we will use HR. So HR is a tag that can be used to create an horizontal separating line. So headings H1 to H6. We can use pre to retain format of the text and display using monospace font. So here we have pre, P-R-E, and P-R-E. So when we use P-R-E, we can display this text. All this text will be displayed using monospace font. Okay? It's clear, the tag PRE. No? Okay. So here in HTML code, when we write PRE, some text, after that and PRE, the text will be displayed like this. This is a normal text. A horizontal is a normal text. Okay? But all this text is formatted using PRE. It's clear now? So to format the text using a monospace format, we can use PRE as a tag. So text can be formatted in various ways. We can apply style sheet technology. We will see this technology in the next chapter, inshallah. Using a span element. So when we write span here is a special tag. Span. And this tag is used to specify a style, for example. So when we write span, style equal font style italic separating line, that means we want to display the word separating line in italic. So this word separating line will be displayed in italic. It's clear why we use span? Okay. We can use a phrase element that specifies semantics of text. For example, strong. So strong is a semantic tag. So we can use this semantic tag to format our text. We can use a font style element, not recommended but frequently used. For example, we can use B to display the text on bold. So when we write B, SEU and B, in the display we will obtain what? B, SEU and B. Yes, we will obtain SEU in bold. So if we want to obtain SEU italic, we can write I. Very good. So we replace B by I to write in italic, TT to write SEU in teletype, big to increase the font size of SEU, small to decrease the font size of SEU. It's clear? Any questions? Okay. So horizontal rule is produced using HR. Also, HR is an empty element. That means when we use HR, we just write HR it is an empty element. Can you give me another example of an empty element? So HR produce what? Horizontal rule, like this, in our web page. Another example of an empty element, BR, very good. So BR is an example of an empty element. So image can be embedded using IMG element. This is the tag IMG, and we can specify many attributes: the source of the image, and alt, and style, etc. So alt, this is the attribute, and this attribute will be displayed if the image is not provided. That means if I write IMG src equal SEU dot PNG, and after that I write as hello. So in the display, if the image exists, I will obtain the logo of SEU. If the image does not exist, we cannot find this image. In this case, I will obtain an empty image with the text hello. So the text, the alt here, the text hello, the value of alt will be displayed if we don't find the image, if the image does not exist. It's clear? The alt attribute. Any questions? Okay. Let's move now to hyperlinks. So hyperlinks are produced by the anchor element A. So the anchor element A. This is the tag used to prepare a hyperlink. Okay? Yes. For empty, not empty image, but image does not exist. We cannot find this image. For example, I write src equal seu.png, but the file seu.png does not exist in the folder of our web page. In this case, the browser displays hello, an empty image but with a text hello. Okay, so for hyperlinks, there are we use the anchor element A, and clicking on a hyperlink causes the browser to issue GET request to URL specified in href attribute and render response in client area. So there are two types of hyperlinks. We can make an external hyperlink, or internal hyperlink. So in the external hyperlink, for example, link number 1, link number 2. For link number 1, we can, for example, make link to a web page, or link to a file. Okay? But in the internal web page, internal link, the link, for example, link 1, link 2. In this case, link 1, the link 1 will be in the same page, the link 2 in the same page. That means when I click in link number 1, we will be the browser display the part of link number 1. When I click in link number 2, the browser displays the second part of link number 2 in the same web page, in the same document. It's clear the difference between external and internal links? So in the first example, to create link, we will use A. After that, we have to specify href, our link. After that, we specify the text of the link. After that, we make the end of A. But in the internal link, we will use A with name and A with href. A with href. So I will explain how we can create links using an example. Can you see my desktop? Okay. So this is an example of an external link. And this example, I prepare two links. The first one, just I will enlarge. So the first one, the name of the link is text of link. Okay, and I write a href equal http www.seu.edu.sa. For the second link, the text is linked to document b.html, and in href I write a b.html. Okay. So here in this is my web page. Here we have the folder A, and in the folder A I have prepared a document p.html. For this reason, when I create this link, I must specify all the paths from our web page to the document b.html. So in my case, I write A, after that b.html. So when I click in the first one, text of the link, I will obtain the SEU web page. When I click in second link, I will obtain the document B. So keep in mind that to create a link, we will use A, the anchor A, with href. We specify the URL of the website or the path of the document. After that, I specify the text of the link to be displayed in the browser. After that, I write and A. So it is clear for you how we create an external link. Any questions? Okay, so now I will move to internal link. Internal link. So let's suppose that I have this web page and I want to create, I have a paragraph A, a paragraph B, a long paragraph C, and I want to create some links to this paragraph. So when I click on link to BB paragraph, so the browser displays the BB paragraph in the same page. Just here, the scroll will be down. When I click and link to CC paragraph, the CC paragraph will be displayed. So how can I create this internal link? So this is the manner to create this link. So here, to create link to BB paragraph, this link to BB paragraph, I write a href equal #intro. So #intro, this is the name of the paragraph BBB. So to create an internal link, I must create two things. The first one, the link, a href equal hash intro link to BB paragraph and A. The second one is a name equal intro and A. For example, for the C paragraph here, I write a name equal conclusion and A. So the name here, we can use any name, but we have to respect the same name when we create the link, and we have also to write H conclusion, hash intro, hash conclusion. So it's clear for you how we can create links. And the difference between internal link and external link. Okay, good. So let's return to the links to our course. So when we want to nesting elements, if one element is nested with another element, then the content of the inner element is also content of the outer element. So here, when we write tt and tt, and after that, yes, ash just an internal, yes, strong, and strong. This is okay, but this one, tt strong and tt and strong, it's wrong. Just in the links, there is another relative URLs, yes. So relative URLs, if we have, this is our web page, http www.example.org, after that ebc.html. So when we write de.html, this part will be here. So we will obtain eb, after that de.html. Okay? Also, when we write dot like this, that means we will up one folder. So B will be eliminated, and we will obtain af.html. For example, if we write double dot like this, that means we will be placed here, and we will obtain g.html. It's clear? Any questions? Are you here? Okay. So let's okay, tables. So how we can create a table in HTML code? To create a table, we will use 3 or 4 types of tags. We will use table, tr, and td. Okay? So when I write table border equal 5, that means the border of our table will be 5 pixels. After that, when I write tr and tr, this is the first line of our table. tr and tr represents the first line. After that, td and td represents the first column of this line. In our case here, Kim. The second td and td represents the second column. In our case, 100. After that, the third td represents the third column. After that, we will create the second tr, the second row. After that, the third row, etc. It's clear how we can create a table in HTML. So tr to create row, td to create column. Okay. So we can use th, not td but th. So th is like td but is used to table header. It will be displayed on bold. th, like student, th, exam number 1 th, etc. It's clear why we use th. So th is used to specify that is a header, a table header. After that, if we want to merge 2 columns, we can use the attribute callSpan. So callSpan equal to here, that means merge 2, merge 2 columns. So grades will be displayed on 2 columns. So callSpan equal to, that means we want to merge 2 columns. If we want to merge 4 columns, we write callSpan equal 4. If we want to merge rows, we will write what? So here, for example, we want to merge 2 rows. Very good, rowSpan. So rowSpan is used to merge 2 rows. So keep in the mind that to create a table, we can use tr, td, th for table header, callSpan, and rowSpan. Okay? Let's move now to forms. So I prepared some examples of forms. So this is a form with only one button. The form with only one button. So when we write the form, we will use the tag form with the attribute action and with the attribute method. So action to specify the URL of the file of the program that will be executed when we send the information of this form. The method can be get or can be post. So in our case, we have input type equal submit, name equal level 6, value equal web. So type equal submit, that means when I click on this button, all the information of this no slide. Yes, can you see my desktop? Okay, good. I repeat. So this is an example of a form. And in my form, I prepared only a button. So when I want to create a form, I just write form with action and method. After that here, I will write input type equal submit, name equal level 6, value equal web. Normally I have to write end form. In my example here, I have to write end form. End form. Okay, so it's clear how we can create a form, a simple form with a simple button. So here when I click on web, we will obtain level 6 equal web in my URL. Level 6 equal web. So www.example.org is the action of my form. www.example.org is the action. After that, we have level 6 equal web. So level 6 is the name of the button. Web is the value of the button. It's clear? Let's move now to another type of form. So in this example, I added an input type equal text. Enter your name. After that, here I have an input type equal text. So to create this text, I just write input type equal text, name equal username, size equal 40, etc. So this is how we can create my input type equal text. So the name of this text, this input text is user name. So when I write, for example, SEU, and I click on the button here, I will obtain username equal SEU and level 6 equal web. So username is the name of the input text, and level 6 is the name of the button. It's clear how we can create an input type equal text. Any questions? Okay, let's move now to text area. So to create this text area, we just write text area, and here and text area. So in the input text, I don't write and input text, but in the text area I have to write and text area. In my example, the name is life story. So when I write here SEU, for example, I write AA and here BBB, and I click on web, I will obtain here username equal AAA and life story equal BBB and level 6 equal web. After that, checkbox. So if I click on the first one and the third one and I click web, here I will obtain B1 equal A and B1 equal C. Why? Why I will obtain B1 equal A and B1 equal C? Let's see the source of this example. So when we want to create checkbox, I write input type equal checkbox. So here the name equal B1 for all the checkbox, and the value A, B, and C. So if I click, for example, on only the first one, I will obtain only B1 equal A. But if I click on the first and the second, I will obtain B1 equal A and B1 equal B, etc. So it's clear how we can create checkbox. So to create radio, we will use input type equal radio, like the checkbox, but here input type equal radio. And when we use radio, we can select only one, not two, only one. So the difference between checkbox and radio, in the radio we can select only one. So to create input type equal radio, here, so we write input type equal radio, after that the name, after that the value. Here, an example of select. For example, I select this one. So to select, to create select, we use the tag select name income with some options. And when I write selected equal selected, that means this option will be the default selection. So option and option. So select is used to create an example like this. Okay. We can also create frame. So frame is created using frame set. Frame set. So when I write frame set call equal 20%, 80%, that means I will divide the area and the browser in two columns. The first is 20, the second is 80. After that, when I write frame set rows equal 1 star 2 star, that means I will split rows in 1 divided by 3 and 2 divided by 3. So I can divide my area into some parts, and in each part I must specify the file. For example, here the file is all classes frame.html for this frame. For the second frame is overview summary.html. For the first one, overview frame.html, etc. So I can use, but here when I use frame, I must specify frame set.dtd as a doc type. Frame set.dtd. So forms, here all the details about forms. So just for XML DTD, recall that XML is used to define the syntax of HTML, and the set of XML files that define a language are known as document type declaration. So for example, when we open this document type declaration, we can find this rule, element HTML head body. That means HTML contain head. After that, it contains body. This is an example of an XML element type declaration. Good. Just I want to save the attendance. Okay. Thank you for your attendance, and see you next week, inshallah.